AHAVA blessings and welcome to this week's reading from the Desert Rose Oracle cards. And I enjoy doing these so much, and today is so much fun because the card that we have received is the Raqisiyat. The Raqisiyat. And this is actually one of my favorite cards. Of course, I love the transmission of the image and the colors, but the path of the Raqisiyat is my path, right? And I'll explain what she means, right? What her transmission is and what the message is for us today. And so the Raqisiyat were the priestesses of sacred sound, dance, and drumming in the Al-Andalus, right? That period in Spain for almost 1,000 years where the Muslims, the Jews, and the Christians lived together in harmony. And Al-Andalus means the land of Venus, just to let you know. The energy and the transmission, the powerful transmission of this card. And so the Raqisiyat were such a powerful force because these women brought in these three religions and integrated all three of them into their practice. They integrated the Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, and they had their own spiritual expression. They were well versed in Aramaic, in Hebrew, in the language of the time that probably would have been Ladino, which is the mixture of Spanish and Hebrew. And they were also well versed in Arabic. So they were very, very intelligent women. And the beautiful thing about these priestesses as well is that they created their own temples, they had their own ceremonies, and people would go to them for healing and for awakening. And they prayed through sacred dance, through drumming, through chanting, very, very powerful. And they also they were totally independent and sovereign. They had their own land, and they just created beautiful, beautiful communities and even trainings. And so their prayer was based on drumming and chanting in sacred language and sacred dance. They were also known as the Sufis. Very interesting. Even before the Sufis became known as Sufis, they were also called Sufis, these women. And as part of their spiritual practice, they did whirl. Whirling for them was not just a way for connecting with the heavens, but it was also a way to ward off bad energy and bad spirits and go into renewal. Also move away from the mind and go into the heart. And so just look at this card again. And so let us just bring all of this together. They were prominent and mostly present in Granada, Córdoba, and Sevilla. Again, in the Al-Andalus, the land of Venus. And they were priestesses of sacred sound, of sacred dance, of drumming, of chanting, healing, and conducting ceremonies. And just the idea of bringing in these three religions and turning them into their own expression is just so modern, right? And the ceremonies they had their own temples, they built their own temples, the ceremonies they had in their temples. Many people went to them, men and women, especially in very, very educated people as well. These women were so connected that even the thought leaders and the kings would want to receive their wise counsel. So this is the beautiful card that we received for this week. And when I received this card, when I took it out for us, I was so happy because I did it after integrating and just relaxing, because I did my DMT ritual movement session today. We do this monthly online. It's so beautiful. And we worked with the Haturs and the Pleiadian energy today. And I just felt the power of sound and the power of movement. And I just felt this amazing energy. And then this card came out. And so there are many meanings and many transmissions that we can receive from the Raqisiyat. And what I'm receiving for us this week is that we really cultivate mindfully and make space, write it down in our schedule, in our calendar, in our diary, to have an ecstatic prayer practice, right? Go into the drumming, go into the chanting, go into the movement. There's something about incorporating the body in our prayer. And as we incorporate the body in our prayer, we can also understand that every moment is a consecrated ritual. If the body is the prayer, right? If we use the body as the prayer, as the vessel, then every moment becomes sacred in our life, because the body is the vessel that unites heaven and earth. We are a vessel, we are a portal. And the Raqisiyat come to us today with that this week for us to focus on that, right? Making time for our practice, and also making time to that, knowing that our practice is in every single moment. Of course, when we make space, this is important, right? Making space for our spiritual practice is important because we're actually taking time out of the day to be in prayer. It doesn't matter if it is a walk, if it is chanting, if it is yoga, if it's sacred dance, or whatever you do, we take that time for us. So anytime we go into that sacred space, there is a dialogue between the ego and the soul, the mind, the heart, the soul, the ego. We're always we're present, but there's a dialogue, a constant dialogue, and we're listening. We're receiving messages. So this is a beautiful way not only to connect with our own creativity, because when we connect with the creativity, with the creative channel, karma is liberated because there is no ego, and at the same time it's a beautiful way to receive messages. So imagine taking this time and making space this week for a consecrated ecstatic prayer practice, because an ecstatic prayer practice is for us to be in divine union with Allah, to strengthen that relationship, right? To be one with that relationship. And also for us to take time this week to really focus on allowing the body to be in ritual in every moment, right? And that means we need to discern which situations and which experiences we want to be in. And so another beautiful transmission that I'm receiving from the Raqisiyat is that we are all one, and we know this. We know that we are all one. We all come from the unitive collective womb, right? That space. Yet when we're here and in this polarized energy right now, and then we go into the mind, we judge, we push, right? We project, we polarize, we separate, and we tend to think that our beliefs and what we feel and what we know is the correct way of feeling, of knowing, and of being. And these powerful priestesses, the Raqisiyat, it was just amazing how they could really integrate all of the religions and express the beauty of the three into one. They saw no boundaries and no differences. It was all one. It was the mystical expression of these three faiths. So the Raqisiyat are asking us this week to notice when we are projecting and when we are separating, to notice when we are feeling maybe more or superior to the ideas or the experiences of other people, right? So they're asking us to really take a look at everything that is around us and notice that it is mirroring back something very important, and that we are complete through others. Even though we are complete, our wholeness and our completeness is inside 100% when we go and navigate that unity, but to live as a humanity, we complete each other, we are one. And so this is another message from the Raqisiyat. In the moment you hear something that bothers you, in the moment we feel that our ideas better stop and integrate. We can ask ourselves, what can I learn from everything in this moment? Even that which does not resonate, what can I learn? And so that is another beautiful transmission. And of course, they want us to seek peace and harmony, right? Be in experiences that give us harmony and peace. The shlama in Aramaic, the shalom in Hebrew, right? The salam in Arabic. See, same word, it's just a different pronunciation, right? And so they're asking us to seek peace, to seek harmony, and to seek unity, inner unity and outer unity. And to really make an effort this week, let us all make an effort this week to unite with everyone, even those that and people and experiences in which we don't feel very united. Try and find a way to come together. And so this is just a beautiful, beautiful card. And of course, why not start drumming? Why not start chanting? Why not start dancing? These are very powerful forms of prayer. And this is why I identify myself so well with the Raqisiyat, because that's how I pray. I pray through dance, through prayer, and through drumming, and through chanting. And so take another look at the beautiful Raqisiyat with her drum. And so the mantra that is connected to this card is La Ilaha Illah Allah. It's a Sufi mantra, and even though it recognizes that there's the unitive experience of AHAVA, it's also a mantra that helps us transcend duality, right? Transcend any duality that we may be feeling. And of course, it would be the mantra, right, that the Raqisiyat has asked us to sing. La ilaha illa Allah. love that mantra, just love it. I felt like dancing and whirling as we were chanting. The link is below so you can hear the version, this same chant in my Spotify channel, and you can also purchase it in iTunes and in Spotify, but you can listen to it on the iTunes and Amazon, sorry, you can listen to it on Spotify. And also, just remember, all of you, that this week, July 13th, we are starting the Magdalene Christ Rosa Mística beautiful novena 9-day devotional journey. I will leave the link down there as well. And I will also leave a link for a little drumming practice for those of you who want to learn how to play the frame drum and start a practice as we have been inspired by the amazing and magical Raqisiyat. Sending so much love. AHAVA.